from me.
They do.
So I'm not signing that contract until the 18th hour, if there's such a thing as an 18th hour, because I know I don't know, but I have a very sneaky suspicion he's very upset with this tag, and you had 2.5 years to get something done, and we haven't gotten it done yet.
I'm sure he's furious over this. I'm sure he's hurt over this, because he's hurt over the fact that he went through the whole year last year and nothing happened.
Correct.
I still think it's a problem. He doesn't have an agent. This is where the agent could be back channeling to say, wait a second, I got a deal.
Right.
I got a deal here.
Yeah, teams are less likely to don't want to talk to mom as opposed to an agent that can be wrangling. Okay, I'm on the phone with Carolina. I'm on the phone with this one. I'm on the phone with that one.
Yeah.
Because agents have avenues that they can travel down that someone that's never been in this position don't know how to navigate.
It's safer, too, because tampering is still in force here.
Exactly. The tampering period hadn't started yet. Skip, it's kind of like in Hollywood. It's like, okay, I'm going to represent myself as opposed to having an agent. Well, the agent knows all the directors and the big studios and the directors and the producers and how to get you something that you can't do for yourself.
No. And so if the Bears directly contact or the Ravens contact or whatever, it can be, look what happened to Miami. They lost their first-round pick this year because of tampering over Brady and Sean Payton.
Correct.
All right, back to the comments. And you were very hard on Justin Fields when he made these comments.
Yeah.
And I was just sort of horrified for him because this is your livelihood. This is your home. This is your new home base. You got to protect your own soil here, because I worked there for 3 years covering this team for the Chicago Tribune, and it was all about bear weather to me, because back to the 1985 Bears, the reason they dominated in the playoffs in large part was because of bear weather.
Yeah.
And remember the punt for the Giants where he just whiffed it because the wind was so strong. So he said, did Justin Fields the other day to Barstool Sports on Pardon My Take. He said, it's just very difficult to adjust to, especially the wind. It can be so cold, it can be 10 degrees, but with no wind, you're fine. But 15 to 20 mile per hour wind, you can't fight it. It's tough. And he went on to say, I feel way slower in the cold weather.
Hell, everybody does.
Hey, come on now. This is your home. This is who you are. This is who you got to, this is your advantage.
Yes.
And his final sentiment was, I hope we just get a dome. I don't care if we're at Soldier Field, Arlington Heights. I just hope we get a dome. It's not what I want to hear from my franchise quarterback. It's not end of the world. It's not a deal breaker. But it was the last straw for me to say, Bryce Young, Justin Fields, I'll go Bryce Young. Now, again, maybe Bryce Young would get there and say, I hate it here. Right? He's a California kid.
Well, maybe he was thinking like you were thinking, if I say this, maybe they really be part ways with me and trade me, and that I can go somewhere where the climate is a little better and the talent level around me is a little better.
It is.
But ain't no dome coming. The closer you're going to get to a dome, Chicago is close to South Bend, isn't it? Well, he better go down to Notre Dame, because that's the only dome he going to see.
The Golden Dome.
Exactly.
And it's not exactly a dome stadium that we're talking about.
But you're right. The advantage that the Bears and Lambeau and Green Bay, that's the advantage that you have, is that you bring teams that might not necessarily, you get a Miami or you get a Tampa or you get one of these warm weather teams and you get them in there in late December. You get them in January and you take advantage because you're used to this type of weather. But I ain't trading him. I don't care what you said. I ain't trading him.
Okay. This brings us to Carolina.
Okay.
And I have no idea if they're going to see their way fit to see through the clouds that tend to hover over everybody's psyche right now at this time of year and pick the right quarterback. I don't know that they're going to take Bryce Young #1 overall.
They might take C.J. Stroud.
They just might. They have made all year. They made noise about they liked Will Levis. Well, we've had a big sea change. We have a new GM. We have a new head coach. I have no idea what direction they're going to go. They might like Anthony Richardson for all I know after he won the combine. My point is, Will Levis, I'm out on. But watch them take Will Levis. It wouldn't shock me because their history would tell you that they have clown show sort of components. It goes all the way to the top. It goes to the owner, and he's still there. He's the one constant.
Right.
If they take Will Levis, that's a swing and a miss. If they take CJ, I'll be okay with it because he can throw the football. Bryce is just a little better than CJ.
Right. Yes. I agree with you, Skip. But the thing is, and people are like, well, I just didn't see enough from Anthony Richardson. I Skip, the measurables, I don't care about the broad jump. I don't care about the 40 because the quarterback is really not going to use those. And some of the greatest quarterbacks didn't run 4.4, didn't run 4.5, didn't run 4.6. They might have. I mean, Peyton Manning might have ran what, 4.8?
I doubt it.
Okay.
No, I don't know if he could have
Tom ran.
I'm not sure he could have broken 5.
Right.
Seriously.
And Dan, I'm not so sure Dan Marino. But if you go back, Skip, I don't think anybody's asking guys that have won Super Bowls, go back and look at Combine. Well, how far did you long jump? How far? Can you throw the football? Can you throw the guy open? That's all I need to know. And I didn't see enough from Anthony Richardson in his 2 years and Will Levis in his 2 years. You're reaching. If you go back and look at Patrick Mahomes could flat out throw the football. Now, you might say, well, the level of competition, there was a big, ain't nobody play defense, and the air raid and fun and gun throwing it all over. But he could just flat out throw the football. There was no question or not. The question was, will throwing the football as well as he threw it in college, would that be able to translate into the NFL when guys aren't wide open like they were in college? Well, I think he's answered that question. But, Skip, when you start reaching for quarterbacks at number 1, you see what they got in Chicago? They reached for Trubisky. Now, what did your eyes tell you? Deshaun Watson was better than Mitchell Trubisky. I don't care what tape you watch, he was better. And since you reached for Trubisky, not only did you get fired, you set your franchise back.
You did. I got it. Will Levis. Just go put the tape in against my Vanderbilt Commodores. My team beat their team at Lexington. Go watch it, because I watched it carefully. He's not the answer. He's not the number 1 overall pick. He's a little shaky in the pocket. His poise is questionable at best. Mm-hmm. His accuracy comes and goes. He's the classic, I got a cannon.
Right.
But does the cannon always fire accurately? Because it's all that matters. Did Tom Brady have a cannon? No, he didn't have a cannon. He had a nice arm, but he didn't have a cannon.
Right.
Did Peyton have a cannon?
No,
not really. Okay, Dan Marino did have a cannon, and that worked.
Right.
Okay.
Montana didn't have one either.
Didn't have a cannon. Okay. It's accuracy. It's poise.
That's it.
It's your command of the position. Can you read it quickly and find the open guy and throw him open if he's not open? Yes. It's your ability to see it and feel it before it happens. Okay, I didn't see it in Will Levis. I haven't seen I watched my Vanderbilt Commodores beat Florida at Nashville.
Right.
And Anthony Richardson made some big-time throws in that game, and he missed a lot of where you just said, what? Where was that? He was a 54% completion thrower last year. Well, it's just not good enough. And I get it. He is a spectacular specimen at 6'4", 244. I mean, we've never seen anything quite like it's a little beyond Cam.
Right.
Cam could play. I watched Cam. I didn't watch, but he went to Blinn Junior College because he had a problem at Florida.
Right.
And he goes down there and wins the national championship. And then he goes to Auburn, and in 1 year, he won the national championship.
And look at the talent. Cam ain't have not one offensive guy that's playing in the NFL.
Nope.
And he took that team on his shoulders. If you give Cam Newton the talent that Anthony Richardson had.
Lord have mercy. Oh, listen. And again, Cam started at Florida, and he just had a problem, or he probably would have, who knows. I think Tebow was there, so it would have been probably an issue, but whatever.
But he keeps saying, well, I'm Cam. What did he say? He's Cam Jackson or what?
Yes, Cam Jackson.
And people start, but brother, can y'all let him be? Let him be. Stop. Cam is an MVP. Lamar Jackson was an MVP. Cam took a team to the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson has taken a team to the playoffs several times.
Yep.
Y'all wouldn't even let the guy blossom or grow. He's already this, and compared him to that. And then when he doesn't succeed, I told you he was going to be a bust. Well, you compared him to MVPs from the jump.
That is right. Bottom line, final takeaway. I did cover the Bears in Chicago. I have a whole lot of friends in Chicago. They bleed Bears. That's what because in the end, believe it or not, that is a Bears town. I don't care what you say. It's about the Bears in the end, and it's been since 1985.
Right.
And I feel for them, and I hope I'm wrong about this for their sake, because they did get a great haul.
They did.
And if they cash the haul, you have to cash it.
Yes.
You have to hit on your picks that you got. But we know DJ Moore is a done deal because we know what he will bring to the table, and he's right in the middle of his prime.
Right.
Now, will he like the cold weather? He probably won't love it. He won't feel as fast in the cold.
Right.
But he will help Justin Fields.
Right.
There's no doubt in my mind about that.
I mean, if he put up the Skip, if DJ put up the numbers he's putting up with some of the guys that were throwing him the ball, I think he'll be okay with Justin Fields.
Okay, good. All right, so that's all plus, plus, plus.
Right.
The team has to get better next year with that draft.
Yes.
It just does.
Yes.
Because I don't think you can mess this one up. You just got too many good picks.
Right.
So the Bears are going to be better. They got the first overall pick for a reason because they were terrible, right? Okay, they're going to get better. And I hope, you know, Justin Fields will get better. I first guessed this. This isn't a second guess. It was a first guess. I just said Bryce Young is that guy.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Lovey hurt his current team, but helped his former team.
He helped his former team. He did, hugely.
Because I'm not so sure that, do you believe Carolina is willing to trade that haul for the number 2 pick? Because that's what the Bears would have been selecting. They wouldn't have had the number 1 overall pick. They'd had the number 2 pick.
Yeah. Carolina keeps saying, we don't know which direction we're going to go with the 1 pick because we haven't had time to evaluate all the quarterbacks. If you're going to trade your life for it, your near future,
that's over.
Hey, you have to know who you're going to take with the 1 pick. So it's clear to me they wanted their pick of the, so to speak, litter. They got somebody that they have said, we want him.
Yes.
And by the way, Mel Kiper's number 1 guy is still Will Levis. So whatever. I
don't see it, but hey.
Okay, here we go.
DJ Moore, gentlemen, over 5,200 yards in his 5-year career. And what I love is he's only missed 2 games in that 5-year span.
Yes.
Talk about consistency and availability. All right, lots of moves in the NFL, and we're just getting started. How much do you gentlemen think the Dolphins improved with their own trade this weekend? Plus, more details on John Morant's situation. Stick around, a lot more Undisputed coming up next.